was 12 years old, circa 2002, and I was walking home from school around 3 p.m. It was sunny and bright, and I had no reason to think that my walk home was going to be any different than it had ever been. I lived about 1 mile away from my middle school. The way home was very safe. I knew about 10 people who lived along the way, and there were many mom and pop shops that peppered the path home. It was also broad daylight on a somewhat crowded street for a beach town suburb. I had just passed an insurance office and convenience store when I noticed a homeless man on the corner. This wasn't rare for my part of town, where many aging hippies and burnouts live by the shore and ask for handouts during the day. 90% of these men are harmless. They don't even yell. They just ask for change and shrug if you say no. Being naive and used to my safe walk home, I paid no attention to the man other than to utter a soft, casual hello as I walked by. He didn't seem to hear me. As I am walking by and up the hill behind him, I hear footsteps behind me and guttural ramblings. It sounded like he was trying to get my attention, but I knew enough not to engage him. I had no money and he seemed drunk. I quickened my pace. My heart rate went up from fear, and I had hoped that my speed would deter him. I was already at least 50 feet in front of him uphill, but he only kept going faster. Finally, I was at a jog and he was catching up. I had a heavy backpack and sandals, so I couldn't run. He grabbed my arm and spun me around. I could smell weed and alcohol on his breath. He pushed me into the bushes by an apartment complex, and right before he was going to lean in, a car screeched by on the curb and yelled, "Get off!" He got up confused, and I took the moment of respite to get out of the bushes and run to the curb. The woman behind the wheel opened her passenger's door and asked me to get in. "I'm not going to hurt you, I promise. Just get away from that creep." I got in. She sped off and told me to call the police as soon as I got home. My mom wouldn't be home until 7 p.m., so all I could do was tell my neighbor, whom we were supposed to go to if anything happened, and call. The dispatcher took down all my information pretty easily. I was so shocked and full of adrenaline I hadn't cried or broken down yet, and almost felt like I was watching everything happen. About an hour later, I got a call back from the police telling me that they had found the guy who had attacked me and asked if they could come by my house to get my statement. I said I'd have to wait until my mom came from picking up my sister, but really from her job 1 hour away. They said I could wait until the next day. The man they caught was a notorious drunk around the area. He had been mostly harmless, but recently had gotten into harder drugs like crystal meth, which had caused him to get more violent and commit petty thefts around the neighborhood. This was the first time he had tried anything dangerous.